Now, are you looking for a job at the moment? Well, we may have just the thing for you. It's a bit specialised, though, because Queen Elizabeth is looking for a helicopter pilot to provide the highest standards of helicopter service to members of the royal family on official engagements. One would imagine the standard would have to be quite high.
Fairly high.
No bumpy rides.
To tell us more about this and have a look at the job spec, we're joined now by royal biographer and commentator Angela Levin. Good morning, Angela. Thank you for joining us. Have you had a look at the job specification? Can you give our viewers and our listeners a little idea of what's involved in this very important role?
Well, one of the things that actually disturbed me is that they've got to be so flexible that they've got to travel, be ready to travel at night. I can't imagine that the Queen will want to be travelling at night unless they want to get her quickly to hospital. But I think the idea is that you are super clever, you're flexible, you're proactive, and you're there anytime that you're wanted. When I first heard about it, I thought perhaps she wants to prepare for the next Olympic Games, because you remember in 2012, she landed in the middle of the Olympics. She walked out of Buckingham Palace, but somebody else obviously landed in the middle of the auditorium, and everybody absolutely loved it. So I thought to myself, no, probably that's not true. I think that the main reason is that she is very concerned about Prince William flying with his family. It was never allowed in her time, but William decided that that's what he wanted to do. He didn't want to leave Catherine on a flight and him go alone. And then it was sort of softened down, and the three children are there and they all go as a family. But she is concerned, one, about them travelling together of obvious reasons. It would be catastrophic if hopefully it would never happen, but there was some sort of problem with the helicopter. And the other is because she's
Forgive me, Angela, wasn't that something that came up with Charles and Diana when the boys were very young, that they all went on a flight together and it was seen as breaking the rules? It was a long time ago now.
Yes, he had to fight very hard for it, Prince Charles. And she wanted to put it back, so I heard, with William, but he's fought hard for it as well. I think the problem perhaps also is that if something does happen with Prince William, we risk having Prince Harry taking a very strong position. I mean, he hasn't been knocked off the list for the royal family. And I think maybe this is her making sure, or trying her best to make sure, that he can't be in position like that. I think it's very difficult for her, but I think there's something quite strongly about sorting out things. I mean, as we saw before, she asked for the Duchess of Cornwall to become Queen Consort, not Princess. And I think this could very well be part of her tidying up process and doing her best.
Angela, do you think the Queen is a good employer? Do you think working for the royal family would be a fun experience for most people?
Well, I think that what they feel then is enormous sense of devotion to her. I don't know about the fun. They have to be absolutely pedantic about what they do and get it right. But a lot of the people who have worked for her have done it for decades. And I think she's very funny with her staff. You know, she's very understanding. And I think that they would actually devote themselves to her. But if we look around, you see, the Duchess of Cornwall can't bear helicopters. She's terrified of them. I don't think you can get her in one unless it's really essential for the engagements that they have to do. Prince Charles is fine about it. But the money, what's interesting is the amount of salary they're prepared to offer. And whoever gets it, it's $78,500 a year. sounds not too bad. And Prince William got 40,000 a year when he was an ambulance pilot. So you can see things have gone up really. But he still loves to play.
It's a job with a lot of import, isn't it? Look, just very briefly, Angela, why have they advertised it like this? Because, I mean, surely, to goodness, this is going to have to go to someone who's ex-military, isn't it?
Well, I think she just wanted to try and get somebody quick. The deadline for it is the 17th of March, which is not very long, far away. And perhaps it was difficult to make quick decisions within the military. I think they're just covering all corners, really.
Yeah. Angela, really good to talk to you, as always. Have a good Sunday.
Thanks, Angela.
Wherever you're flying off to.
Very good. I like whoever came up with Royal Airline. You can't take credit for that this morning, can you? Was that your creative genius?
No, it wasn't.
And just in case you are interested, you have to live within 1 hour of RAF Odiham, which is apparently in near just east of Basingstoke.
Right. Oh, well, there you go.
I want to help the Queen.
That's me out.
She wants to fill this job quite quickly. I'm feeling a sense of responsibility. 17th of March. You've got until to apply for it.
Yeah, if you've got any sort of criminal record, I don't think you're going to pass the security tests on that one. So, there you go. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. Whoever gets that job will never find out, I don't think.